Problem 28. So once again, this is about confidence intervals. So chapter 7. And as we discussed in chapter 7, first you have to decide if it's like one population or two population. You can see it's one population. Now we have only done one population, so you may be slightly you may be thinking, what's one population versus two populations? That's because you have only done one population, but in the next class we shall be doing this. So it's one population. Next we have to decide whether it's like x bar, mu, sigma, those kind of thing, or p hat, those kind of thing. So is it like about mean or proportions? So if you read the question, you shall find it's about mean. That means it's like x bar, mu, sigma, all those things. Next, you have to decide whether the sigma is known or sigma is unknown. In this problem, sigma is known. All right. So let's get on with it. Then n equals 45. X bar is 37.5 and sigma is 7.5. They want a 99% confidence interval, so which means C is 0.99, which shall give us ZC equals 2.575. The rest is easy. You have to find the point estimate. Point estimate of what? Point estimate of mu, which is x bar, which is 37.5. Next, margin of error. That is E, for which the formula we know, and this will give us 2.8789. So next comes confidence limits. All they are asking for are x bar minus E and x bar plus E. So x bar minus E, you can find that's 34.6211, and x bar plus E is 40.3789. Finally, there is a part B to this question, which asks if we would like a 95% CI within 5 ml per kg of the population mean, how many firefighters must be in our sample? So they have, for part B, C equals 0.95. That means ZC is 1.96, and they want E to be 5. And we know sigma is already given to us as 7.5. And with that, we use the formula N equals ZC times sigma by E whole square, which is, if you put the numbers in, it will come out to be 8.6436, which you can say n is 9. Question 29. All right. Once again, it's a chapter 7 problem. How do I know that? Find a confidence interval. All right. So once again, for chapter 7, is it one population or two populations? It's one population. Okay. Next, is it x bar mu sigma, or is it p hat? That means, is it mean or is it proportion? So it's a x bar mu sigma, that kind of a problem. Next, is the value of sigma known or unknown? So here, if you read through this problem, sigma is not known. So sigma unknown. So we know that. By the way, what's known here? Obviously n equals 6, and they have given us the numbers, the actual data points. So with these data points, we can find x bar and we can find s. How to do that? That's like we have done this in exam 1. So given a list of numbers, how to find x bar, how to find s, we have done this. So I will carry on. I'll write x bar equals 91 and I'll write s equals 30.7181. But how did I get these numbers? We have already done that. I will not explain it here. Alright, so they want point estimate. Point estimate is easy. Point estimate of mu. That's x bar, which is 91. Next, they want margin of error. Which is E. And for that we have the formula Tc times S by square root of n. See, the formula has changed because sigma is unknown. So now, to find Tc, we have to find degrees of freedom, which is n minus 1, which is 5. And we have to see what's the C here. C is 98%, that's 0.98. Alright, so with that, let's look at the T table. So we have to look at this row for 5. This row. I cannot highlight it. So we have look at for 5, and we have to look for 98%, which is here. So this is the column and this is the row, and my number is 3.365. So I have Tc, I have S, I have N. So I can calculate this as 42.1992. Next page. So I have to find the confidence limits. Just 1 second, please. So I have to find next the confidence limits. And this shall be obviously x bar minus e and x bar plus e, which if you calculate, they come out to be 48.8008 and 133.1992. There is a part B to this problem. If we would like a 95%, sorry, oh, I'm sorry, there is no part B, I'm sorry. So on to problem 30. Okay, once again, it's a confidence interval problem. So chapter 7. So is it one population? Yes, it is. Next, is it like x bar mu or is it like p hat? So it is x bar mu sigma, those kind of thing. Those kind of things. Next, is sigma known or sigma unknown? Sigma is unknown. Okay, so same as the previous problem. So they want point estimate of mu, which is x bar equals. Okay, so once again, the numbers are given to me. So these are my data points. So how many of them are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So here n is 8, n equals 8, and the data points I do have. And from that I can find x bar is, I mean I'll need my calculators, but I can find x bar is 93.125. So x bar is 93.125 and s equals 33.6937. This will be helpful for us just in the next problem where it asks what's the margin of error. Which is E, which is TC times S by square root of N. So S and N we both know, but we have to find TC. So to find TC, the degrees of freedom is N minus 1, so that's 7. And C is given as 85%, so 0.85. So let's go to the T table. Oh, 85% is not there. So there's 80% and 90%. All right, we can make do with those. But degrees of freedom now is 7. So we are looking at this row. Now for 80%, it's 1.415. And for 90%, it's 1.895. So these are the two numbers. I will take average. I mean, that's not an exact thing to do, but with our current t-table, that's the best we can do. So for 85%, it's average of 1.415 and 1.895. $1.655. All that being done, we can find E equals TC times S by square root of N as 19.7152. So the next question shall be, find the confidence limits and those are x bar minus E equals 73.4125 comma x bar plus E as 112.8375. Next problem. So it's once again a confidence interval kind of problem. All right. So it's confidence interval. Now my problem, is it like one population or two population? It's one population, you can check. Is it like x bar mu, that kind of problem? X bar mu sigma s, those kind of problem? Or is it like p hat, that kind of problem? You can check it's like p hat, those kind of problem. That means it's a problem about proportions. And we don't have to check anymore. We can see that n is 81. Out of that, x is number of success, that's like 22. So p hat shall be x by n, which is 22, we divide by 81, which equals 0.2716. So point estimate not point estimate of mu. In this problem there is no mu, so point estimate of p is p hat, which we know is 0.2716. Next, margin of error. That's E, which is ZC times square root of p hat q hat by n. So what's C here? C is 98%. And although that's not a usual value, but I mean, if like they can ask you, like this can be really asked. So we have done this many times. That means between ZC and negative ZC, there is 98%. So here is 1%, and here is 1%. So left of ZC is 99%, which if you look up the z table for 0.99, so 0.99 lies between this number and this number, which corresponds to 2.32 and 2.33. So your ZC shall be 2.325. And with that, E equals, oh, by the way, I hope you have no confusion about Q hat. Q hat is simply 1 minus P hat. And we know the value of N. We just calculated ZC. And with all those things, if you put in the formula, E shall be 0.1149. Margin of error being done, we next have confidence limits. Which are P hat minus E and P hat plus E. P hat minus E you can calculate to be 0.1567, and P hat plus E will be 0.3865.